LEGO Star Wars just revealed a bunch of new smart brick sets dropping March of this year, and today I'm going into every single one of them. First, there were three main ones: the TIE Advanced, the X-Wing, as well as a final duel on the Death Star 2, and there was also a couple short ones which haven't really been fully revealed yet. None of them actually have been fully revealed, but we don't have as good looks or images of them. So we'll start off with those four sets, being the AT-ST, the Millennium Falcon, as well as Luke's Land Speeder and a Cantina. For Luke's Land Speeder, I think Luke will be the only figure. He'll also be a smart figure, and I don't think there'll be a smart brick for him. And then the Cantina actually looks pretty big, and probably at least seems to come with a lot more smart brick minifigures that are on the right side. And then, of course, there's the Falcon, which I don't really get a good look at the smart minifigs, I guess, for that one. And for the AT-ST, there's obviously that big AT-ST build, most likely a side speeder, and what seems to be a smart fig of an Ewok. And then I'm hoping we'll probably include like an AT-ST pilot, but from the box doesn't really seem like it'll actually include an AT-ST pilot. But of course, I'll have to wait for those because the price points, I believe, have been leaked, but I would like not more clear images. I believe the March sets should also get revealed on February 1st, which will be the month before, so you get a lot better looks and actual confirmed price point for these. The first of the three to be sort of officially revealed would be the TIE Advanced with 473 pieces. That one only has one smart brick figure, being of course Darth Vader for the TIE Advanced, but it also includes a Rebel Fleet Trooper, which I think is a little bit different and will probably be in other sets in this wave, but I think it's a little bit different than the 2024 one, which I believe was the most recent version of that Fleet Trooper. And then I'm assuming that the smart brick only does what the video shows, which would be lighting up and of course making sounds, which is basically, I would hope that would show like the sound of the TIE fighter flying, as well as the sound of the like blasters or lasers or whatever, and then it will also light up. Hopefully it did show lighting up for the Darth Vader's TIE Advanced like lasers, and it'll have the sound for lasers and the sound of it like flying around. Hopefully the sound of it flying around is just maybe me guessing, because I mean it is just one sound, you don't really need to have lights for that. But the only confirmed features, I guess, would be the actual like light of the laser as well as the sound of the laser. And then the same premise for the X-Wing, which I guess sort of go hand in hand, I guess, so you can sort of have like a good side and then a bad side. But the X-Wing is $100. The TIE Advance is only $70, by the way. And the X-Wing has two smart brick figures, being Luke and then also Leia. So you're getting two smart brick figures for $100, which actually isn't that bad. And then there's also $160 throne room as well. And all these sets come with a smart brick figure, but also a regular figure. So you also have smart brick figures and then regular figures. And then that throne room is actually probably it is the biggest one and also the most expensive one, but it's probably my favorite because it sort of uses the design of the 2013 Count Dooku versus Yoda. So it has like those giant poles to like swing around in duels. So not only does that have three smart brick minifigures, Luke, Vader, as well as Palpatine, it also has two smart bricks, which are just a 2x4 brick with all that electronic components inside, so you can actually make like the sounds of the lightsabers. I'm assuming Luke and Vader also have like a smart brick figures, so hopefully their lightsabers will also like light up or whatever for that smart brick. Will probably be the one to make the sound, I'm assuming, which actually is a really, really cool concept. And you're also getting two Royal Guards as well as an A-Wing pilot, which it was leaked to have an A-Wing, and that it does have like a nice red A-Wing with a green A-Wing pilot, which is a nice little touch for $160. And it also has 963 pieces, and then to go with the A-Wing, it has a little like trench run, I guess, a little turret, I guess, that you can have that would probably fit the Death Star 1 more than Death Star 2, but it does have a little turret, so you can have a little battle with that as well, which probably would have been best as like a separate set. And then you could add like the Smart Brick and the A-Wing, and then also a Smart Brick on the turret, but it also goes with that as well, so that's the most expensive set. Those are basically the 3 main sets. Again, there are like 4 other ones, the ATSD, the Cantina, which is also very exciting, as well as the Land Speeder, and then the Falcon, which I don't have the best images of, but I'm assuming all of these sets together will probably be revealed sometime in February 1st or 2nd is usually when they do like the reveals for the next month coming out. Also, all the ideas of the August sets, or I guess what the August sets will be, got leaked, and the builds, and well as the minifigures, and then also the price point, but the price point is not confirmed yet, but I'll make a separate video about that. Maybe, of course, I can't fit it in this one because it was exclusively to the Smart Brick figures. I think originally a lot of people didn't like the idea of the Smart Brick and the, of course, the Smart Brick figures, but I'm not sure if I actually hate them or not, because of course I do have to see them like fully built with like I guess all the Lego Insiders or the land like reviews and everything. Of course I have to see them in person. I'll probably get the ATSD, at least based on like the small image I have of the ATSD, as well as the actual fact it's an ATSD and the leaked price point from a couple, I believe technically last year, a couple months back. But that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing rest of your day, and see you all in the next one.